my friends, and welcome back to Dragon Age Origins. In yesterday's video, well, it was a very disjointed video. We finished up a few quests in Orzammar, cleaned up a few random things, and then started the elves. That's pretty much where we got to. Today we're going to, I think, probably spend most of the day just talking to everybody in the Dalish camp, and I don't know after that. So let's pick up where we left back. Let's pick up where we left off. That's the phrase, with Zathrian.
Yes? What is it you need? Have you news?
No, I don't have news yet, but I have questions for you.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
Well, I'll talk to them too. Well, how do I find Witherfang? Do you have any advice?
Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest.
Can you tell me more about this curse the hunters suffer from?
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
So did all the werewolves everywhere stem from Witherfang?
No. The ones from this forest, however, do.
Oh, so there's more than one clan of werewolves? Group of werewolves? Pack of werewolves? We'll go with one of those. So if a werewolf bites me, then will I become infected?
It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be bitten.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. How do you know if you have been infected by the curse?
You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal.
So how did this curse start?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish.
Okay, let's ask about
Go
something
on,
else, and then I should go.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Okay.
Yes? What is it you need?
He looks so angry.
Have you news?
I need some equipment.
Then I suggest you see Master Verathorn. I will instruct him to put aside some supplies for you, the kind that the hunters use.
All right, well, I guess we're done.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
So, he said to speak to Sayrel and Lanaya. There's Sayrel. Let's talk to Lanaya since she's right here.
Daranitishan, Grey Warden. My name is Lanaya. I am Zathrian's first, what you might call an apprentice, perhaps. I've been studying under the Keeper all my life. I am a bit curious of the outside world. Do you mind if I ask you a question or two?
No, that's fine. You asked me a question right there. If you like, go right ahead. I don't mind.
I hear the human cities are very large, thousands upon thousands of souls all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
Well, I mean, yes, technically. Are you saying you can't imagine? Some of these are really snarky. Yes, some are larger than the eye can see.
How very loud that must be with everyone talking all at once. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been able to get into the alienages, so I don't know what life is like there, but I mean, it sounds like another word for ghetto. So, they're not, they're used to it just as humans are, I guess. I would say it isn't an easy life for them, that's true.
I suppose you have met many of my kind in your travels. My heart goes out to them. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have a question, if it's not too impolite to ask. Do your people regret what they did to ours?
Assuming you're talking about some old... I'm trying to remember what I remember. I'm trying to remember what I remember about Elvish history in this game, but I can't remember any. So, I mean, I guess some people do, but not all humans are the same. But it's one of those things where obviously something happened, but how do you know the elves weren't just as responsible? Well, let's try to still be polite since we need their help and I don't want to piss them off. And I'm babbling, I know. So some of us do. Not all humans are the same.
I see. That is difficult for our people to accept. Even if only some were in favor of what was done to us, the rest did nothing to stop it. A poet once wrote of them, before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
I do. Tell me more about yourself.
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
Well, how did you come to the Dalish if you were so young?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
That sounds awful. Yeah, I'm sorry, that must have been horrible.
It was, though long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
You said the Dalish rescued you from the bandits.
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow. When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
Didn't you have any family you could return to?
It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with the man who rescued me. The clan is my family. Any others out there? It's best they believe that little girl died with her parents. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this, and the knowledge of a keeper as well. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road except pain, however.
That's a really traumatizing childhood story. Really bad. Anyway, not to just brush past it, but we've got more questions to ask. How did you become a keeper?
I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. Though because I was not born into the clan, becoming his first was very difficult. We Dalish have old traditions. The clans come from the ranks of the nobility that once ruled the Dales, you see. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of Arlathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood.
Do they resent your success?
No. Zathrian told me that time would take away their prejudices, and it did. They became used to me. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future.
I feel like there's so much, like, I'm trying to find the right word for it, but like there's so much anti of something else. Like, oh, you're an elf, but you're not my kind of elf, so I can't like you. Oh, you're casteless, so you can't have a job. Or, oh, you're only this, so we can't be friends. And I guess that's kind of just the way the game is built and the society they live in, but it just seems so blah. Anyway, why are the Dalish so hostile?
They have reason. Since the days of Arlathan, my people have been either subjugated or homeless.
But I'm not responsible for what's been done to the elves.
Aren't you? You're human. And to many of them, you represent the humiliations our people have suffered for generations. You may not have been personally responsible, but such feelings are not easily overruled by logic or fairness.
Correct, but it also wasn't you specifically who it was done to. It was a long time ago? I don't know. I wouldn't act like them. I would change things. Yeah, I wouldn't act like that. I would try to do things differently.
Oh? That is easy to say when you are not a homeless wanderer of a broken people. It is all we can do to cling onto our past now. Perhaps this may change one day, but I believe the humans would have to take the first steps, if they are capable.
But if you're hostile to them, would you even consider it? I don't know, I'm nitpicking. Sorry. Anyways, what is this elgar'nan that you mentioned?
It was our ancestral home, long ago when the humans first came to these lands. We were free then, and immortal. We did not know how to deal with the humans, and in the end, they turned their power against us and destroyed our elgar'nan. Our ancestors were enslaved, and our culture lost forever.
It's awful. Does our elgar'nan still exist?
Not to my knowledge. According to the old tales, the human mages sank our elgar'nan into the ground, crushing it beneath the rock.
But the elves were eventually freed, right?
Yes, after a millennium of slavery, Andraste herself freed our people, she who was your maker's chosen.
So this happened thousands and thousands of years ago? But you don't worship the maker.
We worship the creators, as we always have. We give thanks to Andraste for her part in our freedom, but we do not worship her or her god.
Okay, fair enough. Didn't our elgar'nan fight back against these human mages?
The Tevinter Imperium was a force to be reckoned with. It was ruled by mages with powerful blood magic. Though our elgar'nan fought, they lost.
And elves were immortal then?
They died, but not of an aged body as other races do. Not until the humans came. According to the legends, association with humans caused us to quicken. Our blood sped, and we began to age. So we avoided them naturally. And then we were enslaved by them for 1,000 years. And in so doing, we all were quickened permanently and our immortality destroyed. Or so the old tales say.
But if you guys were such a great empire, how did the Tevinter Imperium, who would have been around less than you guys, take you over? Maybe they'll explain more later. But you could get your lifespan back, right? If, I don't know, could you become immortal again?
In time and with seclusion. We Dalish have lengthy lifespans, and they will get longer. Zathrian himself has lived many centuries.
Wow.
Though that is unusual even for us.
That's awesome. But you lost yeah. Well, I feel like that's kind of rude, but it's kind of true. You lost a war. You wouldn't be the first who's lost a war.
One wonders why we weren't more prepared when the humans conquered our second homeland.
Mm-hmm.
We will be more cautious if we ever have a third.
Your homeland was called the Dales, I thought.
That was our second homeland. Our first was the great city of elgar'nan. The Dales came when they were freed from enslavement. Elves everywhere journeyed hundreds and thousands of miles to the Dales, eager to start their lives anew. They called it the Long Walk. They reached the Dales and made it their own. And one day it was taken from us too, and you wonder why we are hostile.
Well, is there no way to get on your clan's good side to get your help?
It requires an individual to prove he is not the outsider we have come to expect. Your own task to help our clan is certainly a step in the right direction.
Okay.
Certainly.
Let's ask something else. Do you have anything more about
I'm
yourself?
hardly anyone special. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
Okay, what can you tell me about Zathrian?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
Lost much? What has he lost?
He lost his family a very long time ago. I don't know the story, but I understand the circumstances were horrific.
I mean, I lost my family too. I get it. So what does a keeper do exactly?
A keeper is, first and foremost, the leader of the clan. He decides where we go and when we shall move. He's also responsible for knowing the clan's ancient lore and passing it on to the others in the clan. Without a keeper, the clan's knowledge is lost forever, so the clan protects him like no other.
Well,
As you wish. Darth Shirel.
maybe you should write it down. So our Lathan Part 1 Codex entry.
Yes? Have you another question?
I'm sure I do. Actually, I don't.
As you...
Okay, so let's quick save. I feel like I don't want to accidentally piss people off.
Right.
Oh,
Please leave that be. If you have need of equipment, I am sure Master Verathorn can help you.
oh, I'm sorry. I'll leave it alone.
Masiranis.
The language sounds funny. I don't know what it
At
is.
least they have chosen freedom over subjugation. Better hardship and danger than slavery.
That's a fair point. I would rather hardship than slavery. Okay, let's see. Andriel. Andriel, goddess of the hunt. The statue represents, well, Andriel, I guess. Siles, the Hearthkeeper. Okay, god of craft is June, not Juno. Okay, the landmark tree. Oh yes, this is where I bring my dog and get a buff. Elf nurse.
I'm sorry, but I must attend to our ailing fallen.
Okay. Let's see. Colored inks. Blood writing. This is a collection of colored inks. I don't want to make them angry by accidentally robbing them and not getting to talk to them anymore. Athras?
I'm Darren, stranger. I am Athras. I hope the others have not been too harsh in their treatment of you.
I mean, it's fine. I don't mind. I understand. It's fine.
That is very generous of you. Most would assume we are unkind as a rule, and that is not the case. Especially not to a Grey Warden. But we have lost much, and it is easy to forget simple niceties at such a time. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brazilian forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
Forbidden you?
We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper.
Why do you want to enter the forest?
That is a tale I am not sure I should tell an outsider. Surely you have greater concerns than my problems, stranger.
Oh no, it's okay. Please tell me. Give me your quest and I shall do it for you. Please, I'd like to hear all about it.
It's odd to talk so freely with a stranger, but perhaps you can help me. My wife Dalish and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Dalish is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her. If I could just know if Dalish is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
Perhaps I could convince Zathrian to tell you the truth?
No. It would be very rude to accuse the Keeper of lying. I know he means well. I just need to know. One way or another. If you were in the forest, perhaps you might come across her, alive or dead. Any news would be better than none.
Fair enough.
And in return, I would be happy to gift you an amulet made by our craftsman. It may fetch you some coin in the human lands.
I'll see what I can do.
You are most kind.
All right, I'll go.
Please, should you come across my wife, return and tell me.
All right. So, new quest, Lost to the Curse. Find Dalish, Athreus' wife. Dalish was infected by the werewolf disease. Zathrian says she is dead, but will not allow Athreus to see her body. Athreus believes that she is still alive, but has become a werewolf. You promised him that you would try to find Dalish in the forest. I mean, I'd want to know what happened. Don't think there's anything wrong with getting closure, I guess. Maybe that's too hippy-dippy of me, but... let's talk to Mithra.
I trust there are no hard feelings about my questioning of you when you arrived. We Dalish must protect ourselves from trouble at all times.
Do others truly trouble you so much?
These days, very little to tell the truth, for we've established a fearsome reputation amongst the Shemlin. We must still be vigilant, however. Not that I would expect an outsider to understand, but there you have it. We do what we must. Had we known a Grey Warden was coming, we might have arranged a different reception. But I wish you good fortune with your task. Dareth Shiral.
Anything else?
Be careful in the camp. We are not used to outsiders walking amongst us, remember.
Okay.
So you're the Grey Warden who is supposed to save us? I never thought an outsider would ever do anything for us. So you're the Grey Warden who is
so you're
supposed to
gonna say the
save
same
us?
thing.
I never thought an outsider.
Okay, what's
would ever
over
do
here?
anything
Let's
for
see.
us.
Elf woman.
Anathara, Grey Warden.
Elf child.
Hello. I'm not afraid of you. I'm a great Dalish warrior.
Of course you are. So, eldest of the sun. Elgar'nan, god of vengeance? I wonder if it's like the, Greek god pantheon thing? Anything over here? Let's see. Dalish apprentice. Hunter. Alright, I talked to you, I guess. Well, let's talk to Varathorn and Dalish apprentice.
I wonder why the ancient Shemlin didn't study our crafts more when they took our people as slaves. You'd think they would have seen value in it.
Well, maybe they didn't. I mean, maybe it wasn't as good as you guys thought. I don't know. I wasn't there.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Varathorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a ghilan'nain. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Varathorn.
And so they should. Truly the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest. Now then, please forgive my distraction, stranger. Is there something that you need?
Well, what exactly do you make here?
I'm the clan's craftsmaster. It's my responsibility to learn what I can of the ancient elven arts of shaping wood and ore. In truth, we Dalish know little of the art compared to what we once did. And even what we know has taken us many lifetimes to achieve. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel but far lighter. It grows only in this forest. Ironbark. The keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come.
Well, what if I find it for you?
I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. If you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you.
Okay. What kind of item could you make?
I excel in making blades from the ironbark, or perhaps a breastplate. Provided there's enough wood, that is.
Okay. Very well, I will take a look when I am in the forest.
That would please me. So long as our hunters come first.
Fine. Well, I was told you could supply me with equipment.
Yes, the keeper sent word that you might ask me for such. I took the liberty of assembling some goods that our hunters use. There is a large chest by the Araville where I put everything we could spare. Feel free to sort through it and take whatever you need.
Okay. And let's see what you have to sell.
I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
Okay, so he didn't have too terribly much to sell, but he did have skill books that gave me a point in my attributes and a point in skills. I don't know what I'm going to do for skills, so we're just going to hang on to it. But his quest is called Rare Ironbark. Varathorn, the clan's craftsman, is in need of ironbark. Ironbark is a very rare wood, light but strong, and looks very distinctive. If you find some in the forest, bring it back to Varathorn. And then he said we could raid all his stuff, so I don't feel as bad about
This should be easy enough.
looting everything right now. Dalish armor. Let's see. Pile of scrolls. The Long Walk. This appears to be various first-hand things. And there was another one. Diratharn, Keeper of Secrets. Okay. Those, and I feel like this is what he told me. Behind the Aravel. I'm guessing this is an Aravel. It just looks like a fancy carriage. Okay. Let's see who else we can talk to before we wrap up today. Oh. I don't want to rob the place just yet. Let me talk to more people first. There was another... I thought there was another... Oh, it's down there. Let's go back up there later. Let's go down here first.
The Halla. The Dalish call them their guides. They even lead an elf to oblivion when he dies, or so they claim.
Thanks, everyone. So, ghilan'nain, mother of the Halla. So do they... I wonder if they carry these things around with them. Because these are like the statues of their gods, I guess? In Halla. They look like deer with... Look at those fancy schmancy horns. It's pretty cool. Well, let's talk to Elora.
Who comes? Oh, I beg your pardon, stranger. I was so busy attending to the Halla, I did not hear your approach.
Who are you?
My name is Elora. I am the master herder in charge of caring for the Halla. Not as exciting as being a Grey Warden, but the Halla are vital to us.
What is Halla?
They are the noble beasts that pull our Aravel. What humans call land ships. They are our companions and our guides.
Well, they call them carriages, I think, but... You know. So they're not your mounts?
We ride the Halla, but never with reins or a saddle. It is the Halla who decide where to lead us, and our privilege that they take our Aravel with them. In return, it's the herder's job to speak to the Halla and care for their needs. It's a bond of friendship, and not servitude.
So why have you separated this Halla from the others?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal. And it may prove contagious to the other Halla as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery. For her sake, as well as that of the others.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
Well, you could pretend to be... I could kill her quickly? That's so horrible. Well, let me try to calm the Halla down. Because I have some survival skills.
Yes, that's it. She's calming down. That's it, love. Be calm. Tell me what troubles you. Ah, I see. It is her life mate who is sick, not her. He was bitten on the leg during the attack, and she fears greatly for him. I did not realize another Halla was injured. This will allow me to prevent the sickness from spreading to the entire herd. Masiranus, thank you. You have done my clan a great boon this day. I will always be grateful for your help.
Well, that was easy. Aravel's, Elora's, Halla. Elora, the Dalish master of the antlered Halla beast, was concerned that one of her Halla beasts had contracted the werewolf blood curse. You were able to ascertain that the beast was concerned for its mate and thus spared the Dalish herd from further problems. Elora was very grateful for your help, but I got nothing for it. I'm just doing good person things, I guess. Well, let's finish exploring this little circle over here, and then we will probably need to wrap up for the day. I mean, I like the survival skills for other stuff, but there you go. And elf fruit, and then hunter. Nope. Elf girl, chest. Oh, I don't know if I should pick the chests or not. Well, I think this is where I'm going to stop for today. I've gotten through a huge chunk of the camp, I think, so I'll try to finish the rest tomorrow, and then maybe we'll go into the Brazilian forest. But yeah, that's the plan. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow with another new Dragon Age Origins video.